Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Honorable Ibu Widya Paramita SE, M.Sc, Ph.D, and the Honorable Thesis is a minor. It's a pleasure to welcome you to this presentation. My name is He-Jin Zulvy Izzabilla. I would like to present my thesis with the title of Mapping Patient Dissatisfaction Through Critical Incident Technique for Service Blueprint Development, a case study of He-Jin Medical Center, Hospital in Yogyakarta. This presentation consists of this following structure. The rapid advancement of digital technology has transformed how people choose healthcare providers, making it easier to compare options. As a result, many Indonesians seek medical treatment abroad in countries like Malaysia, Singapore, or South Korea, which are perceived to offer better facilities, faster care, and greater comfort. This trend causes significant healthcare spending to flow out of the country. In Indonesia, healthcare facilities are unevenly distributed, with most concentrated on Java Island. Despite a population of over 280 million, a 2023 Ministry of Health survey found that many Indonesians view foreign hospitals as more advanced, efficient, and affordable compared to local options. Among cities in Java, Yogyakarta stands out not only as a cultural and tourism hub, but also as a growing healthcare destination. Famous for its warm hospitality and rich tradition, Yogyakarta attracts both local and tourists with its diverse healthcare options. From government-owned hospital to private facilities, the city offers a range of services classified from Type A to Type D. However, amid this vibrant healthcare landscape, Rumah Sakit He-Jin or He-Jin Medical Center is still struggling. RS He-Jin is a Type C hospital that has earned a 4.1 out of 5 rating based on 1.2k Google reviews. While it's not that bad, this rating is still lower than some of its competitors, highlighting that challenge faced by the hospital in standing out in a highly competitive environment. To improve and stay competitive, RS He-Jin needs to focus on improving service quality, patient satisfaction, and overall operation. By addressing these areas, the hospital can work towards raising its rating and meeting the needs of both local patients and tourists. This will help the hospital strengthen its position and contribute to Yogyakarta's reputation as a trusted destination. Moving on to the key challenge faced by the hospital, through this research, the researcher identified several critical challenges, such as operational inefficiencies, a decline in new patient admissions, a struggle to attract general patients, concern over physical infrastructure, a negative public perception, a heavy reliance on BPJS, tight competition within the Type C category. Now let me present the research questions, objectives, and a contribution of this study. The study aims to address these 4 key questions. These questions form the foundation for exploring service quality issues and identifying opportunities for improvement. The objectives ensure a structured approach to addressing the challenge faced by the hospital. This study offers meaningful contribution to both academia and practical application. Patient satisfaction refers to the fulfillment of patient expectation through healthcare services. On the other hand, dissatisfaction occurs when service fails to meet expectation, leading to negative experiences. Patients typically respond to dissatisfaction in 4 ways: by exiting and choosing other providers, voicing complaints or feedback, maintaining loyalty while hoping for improvements, or spreading negative word of mouth to warn others. Service quality plays a critical role in maintaining competitive advantage, particularly in interactive industries like healthcare. Poor service quality creates a gap between expected and perceived service, directly impacting patient satisfaction and loyalty. Services are distinct from products due to their reliance on customer interaction and process-based nature. They are characterized by intangibility, heterogeneity, inseparability, and perishability. To assess service quality, the circle model by Parasuraman identifies 5 critical dimensions such as tangibles, reliability, assurance, responsiveness, and empathy. Service encounters, often called as moment of truth, are critical interaction between customers and providers that shape perception of service quality. A service blueprint is a vital tool for analyzing and improving service processes. It identifies areas for improvement and focuses on provider-customer interaction. In Service Blueprint, it maps out service operation through 5 key components such as customer actions, visible contact, backstage tasks, support process, and physical evidence. Complementing this, the patient journey captures the full range of experience individual face while navigating the healthcare system. This study used a qualitative exploratory case study design employing a multi-method qualitative approach that includes CIT, uncontrolled observation, unstructured interviews, and in secondary data analysis. Data collection involved an online CIT questionnaire gathering input from 44 participants who provided 205 service encounter narratives. The sample was selected using non-probability purposive sampling, focusing on general patients who had visited the hospital within the last 6 months. For analysis, the researcher utilized the content analysis with MMugm software. To ensure the reliability of the study, inter-rater agreement was assessed using percentage agreement and cons kappa. Both methods confirm strong consistency and credibility in the coding process. Moving on to the characteristic of the respondents, so most respondents are women aged 20 to 30 years old and have undergraduate degrees. Most of them work in the private sector, and they are also entrepreneur and housewife. They usually visit healthcare a few times a year with slightly more returning patients than the new ones, showing loyalty and trust to the hospital. From the result of the CIT, it revealed 74 satisfying incidents across 5 cervical dimensions. While assurance and empathy were the strength, the lower number of incidents in other dimensions indicates the need to enhance reliability, responsiveness, and tangibles to better meet patient expectations. On the other hand, the CIT result revealed 131 dissatisfying incidents across the cervical dimensions. The high number of dissatisfying incidents underscores critical gaps in service quality, particularly in tangibles, responsiveness, reliability, and empathy. To support the creation of service blueprint, the CIT result that highlights dissatisfying incidents also served as a critical factors for identifying bottlenecks in service delivery. Based on the researcher analysis, these are the bottlenecks that are found in this study. So the first one related to the physical evidence, problems like broken announcement system, poorly maintained bathrooms, insufficient waiting facilities, and unclear fingerprint unit placement disrupt patient flow, increase waiting times, and cause frustration between patients. These issues align with the frequent complaints in the tangible dimension of cervical. In customer actions, overlapping queue system lead to longer wait times and dissatisfaction, reflecting responsiveness issues highlighted in the cervical result. In visible employee actions, inadequate communication about queuing policies, unprofessional behavior from the staff, doctors bypassing the procedures, and punctuality issues create confusion, dissatisfaction, and perception of unfairness, impacting trust and satisfaction. This aligns with the reliability and assurance concern. The invisible employee actions, problems such as delays in accessing the medical records, increase the patient waiting times, and disrupt the service flow, mirroring the reliability issues. On the other hand, for the support processes, overlapping doctor schedules cause significant delays, overcrowding, and discomfort in waiting areas, linking to challenge in responsiveness as is identified in the cervical findings. This insight not only confirms the cervical findings, but also highlight how specific operational bottlenecks exacerbate the patient dissatisfaction, emphasizing the urgent need for targeted intervention by the management to address this service gap and enhance the overall patient experience. So as we can see, now we're going to talk about the pre-service phase analysis of the developed service blueprint with the identified bottlenecks. The first problem is related to the employee action on stage, which is related to the rude and unprofessional security staff that create a poor first impression by the patient. And then the second one is related to the customer actions, that queue system overlaps between the general and BPJS patients, causing inefficiencies and longer waiting times for the general patients. And then the third one is related to the support process. The delays in mapping schedules in hospital system create bottlenecks at the very start of the process. Hence, it resulted on the overlapping doctor schedules, delay patient consultation, and it disrupts the clinic workflows. And then the second one is the service phase analysis. So as we can observe here, the first problem is related to the physical evidence, the malfunctioning announcement system, and also the broken display TV, and then the bathroom cleanliness, the waiting area, and also the unclear use of the 4 fingerprint devices on the registration counters. And then the second one is related to the counter assignment. Counter A and D handle BPJS patients registration, and then for the counter B, it processed both BPJS and general patients, overloading the staff and slowing down the queuing process for the general patients. And then the main bottleneck is actually that the BPJS inpatient also use the same counters as general patients in counter B, causing delays for general patients since the counters need to handle the SEP and then also the medical resume for inpatient patient of BPJS. And then for the on-stage employee actions, so some doctors is reportedly to sometimes bypass the SOP and leading to the inequitable service, and then the nurse didn't communicate the queuing policies to the patients, and then the doctor's punctuality issues. And then for the last one is the backstage action by the employees. So the medical record staff failed to manage the medical record accessibility efficiently, since the hospital still utilize the manual medical records, which delays the coordination between the units. So these are some of the recommendations for the blueprint. So first one is to improve the patient flow. So the study recommends separating the queue for the BPJS patients and also the general patients and also the inpatient. And then the second one is to create a filtering system especially for the BPJS patient with the clear signage that will guide the patient efficiently to the correct counter to avoid any confusion in the use of the fingerprint devices. So new BPJS patient will use the one in the check-in counters for the fingerprint, and then for the returning patients, shall use the one in the registration counters. And then for the second one is related to the doctor schedules and punctuality. So the hospital should implement a real-time scheduling system that will prevent the overlapping appointments, and then hiring full-time doctors to ensure the reliable coverage. While conducting morning briefings allow better schedule review, and then the display TV can provide real-time updates for patients and monitoring punctuality, along with providing feedback to doctors and promotes accountability. And then prioritizing the adoption of EMR system with staff training is essential for digitizing records. And then the next one is related to upgrading the physical evidence and enhancing staff training and professionalism, and then improving facility cleanliness and maintenance. As we can see here, for the pre-service phase, it can be seen that the fingerprint units that are previously unused at the counters are now fully operational, so reducing the reliance on the JKN corner. So the returning BPJS patients can directly use these fingerprint units at the registration counters, minimizing the overcrowding, while the new one can use the one in the JKN corner. And then there is a separate queues that are clearly designated for the BPJS patient and general patients. This ensures the smoother patient flow and eliminates confusion. For the employee actions on stage, there is an improved security interaction. So the security staff will greet patients now and politely and direct them accurately based on their registration type, and they will assist the patients to get the ticket and direct them to the waiting areas. For the support processes, hospital scheduling system are regularly updated to provide real-time information and avoid delays. Now we're going to talk about the service phase. So now we're moving on to the service phase. So in the physical evidence, so the waiting areas are redesigned with more comfortable seating or amenities, and the hospital also provide the clean toilet, and then the fully functional announcement system is back, and then the TV also provide real-time updates on the queue status, ensuring the patients know their progress in the queuing process. And then the second one is the specialized counter roles. So the counter A and D, they remain the same, so they only handle the BPJS outpatient. And then the counter B, they are dedicated to general patients only. There is a new counter, which is the inpatient counter, which is introduced to handle longer and more complex tasks for BPJS inpatient or insured inpatients. And then for the employee actions on stage, the morning briefings ensure all staff understand the day schedules and adhere to the SOP. So doctor punctuality is now actively monitored and feedback mechanisms are in place. And then the nurse clearly explain the queue process to patients waiting for the consultation, and it helps to reduce any confusion for the patients. And then the employee actions backstage, so the medical records are now digitized into the EMR system, ensuring a faster coordination between departments and reducing manual delay. For the support process, the hospital now use an integrated system, so systems like VClaim, EMR, and SIRS are now seamlessly integrated, enabling efficient processing across the hospital. From this study, we can learn several things, such as the CIT findings. So the analysis revealed that patient satisfaction is strongly linked to assurance factors such as the staff professionalism, trust, and empathy. On the other hand, dissatisfaction stems from the tangibility issues, including the poorly maintained facilities and also the inadequate cleanliness of the hospital. And then for the second one, we can learn that the positive service experience creates a sense of trust, loyalty, and security, fostering long-term patient relationship. However, negative experience like overcrowding, unclean environment, and operational delays harm patient trust and loyalty, particularly among general patients with higher expectation of the hospital service. And then in this study, we can learn that the CIT is really effective in capturing the patient narrative. For the last one, we can learn that there are several recommendations for the actionable improvement for the hospital that may be helpful for the hospital operation in the future. These are some of the managerial implications from the study. This study also acknowledged several limitations that open opportunities for future research. So the first one is to expand the patient sample by including BPJS patients who make up a large portion of healthcare users in Indonesia. And then second one is the creation of service blueprint for other units such as in inpatient care or emergency services, and then to employ real-time data collections. And then the last one is by using alternative service quality models such as HealthQual or ServPerf to assess the service quality. So that's all from me. Thank you for your attention. Constructive feedback are highly appreciated. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.